I'm so glad you joined us. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to a few of you who are here. Thanks to all the volunteers that made that safe gathering here possible. We have a wonderful service for you today. You can look forward to that. It's going to be great. We have a wonderful speaker and some cool music, and we're going to sing our opening song right now. So please join us. Your soul is welcome here. 2, 3, 4.
Good morning. Well, good morning. We're so happy that you've joined us at the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living today. My name is Robert Eckman, and we are a center that is a spiritual community where all are welcome to be part of our virtual love streaming community. Now, our center is reopened to in-person attendance, and we want to talk just a second about that. We are able to accommodate up to 30 people. I'm happy there are so many here today. A couple of our new protocols include please showing up by 10:10 and lining up 6 feet apart outside. We'll admit 30 people on a first come and first served basis. Please remember that we're required to wear facial coverings the entire time that we're in the building. To ensure social distancing, there will be no congregating inside. Chairs will be arranged to provide social distancing between household groups. We're asked to enter and exit with 6-foot spacing, and for the time being, there's no food or beverage service. There's also no youth church, but children are welcome to attend and to sit along with their households. Today, our practitioner holding high watch from home is Wendy Condi. And throughout the service, Wendy will be in prayer, knowing that the best and highest good is unfolding for us as we share this sacred time together. And our prayer practitioner this morning is Jim Ferris. Now, our center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among religions. We honor all pathways to the divine, and we work on our individual consciousness so that we can help make our world a better place. So from wherever you are, I invite you to recommit to our center's spiritual purpose by saying our purpose statement with me. We are an open, welcoming community, celebrating our divinity, loving our humanity, and nurturing our journeys of spiritual discovery. Thank you. For all the latest of what's going on here at the center, or if you're new and just want to know more of what we are and what we do, you can visit us at our website, which is at www.spirituallyfree.org. On our homepage, you can submit a prayer request, see what's coming up in future Sundays. And elsewhere on the site, you can watch previous services, read about the folks who are up here or work behind the scenes, read upcoming themes, and much more. Today, I will be your speaker, and next week, we welcome Reverend Myrna Hurst to the pulpit to speak to us. Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong. That's wrong. There's been a replacement, and actually, I don't know that person's name. So please tune in next week, though we're very excited for a very special guest. Thank you, live audience, for saying no. See the benefit of a live audience. They keep you straight, or mostly straight. For all of the details on any of today's announcements and lots more information, visit the announcements section on our website, which has the latest information from our center, our home office, and the greater Salt Lake community. Now, as far as announcements, every Sunday at 12:30 following our service, you can join a chat conversation on Zoom to check in with one another, share what's going on, and interact while staying safely at home. On Sunday, March 7th, is that right? Yes, on Sunday, March 7th at 6 p.m., let me start that over. On Sunday, March 7th, we are going to be celebrating our 50th anniversary as a center. The Center for Salt Lake City Spiritual Living has been here for 50 years. We were then known as the first church of religious science. Now, we would love to honor this anniversary with a great big party like we are so well known for, but unfortunately, the circumstances currently don't allow it. So instead, on the 7th, we are going to welcome Reverend Donald Graves back to Salt Lake City, yes, who will give our message on Sunday the 7th. Then we hope by midsummer to be able to have a big celebration weekend with workshops and a party. If you'd like to volunteer to be on this committee, please send an email to office.assistant@spirituallyfree.org. Then that evening at 6 o'clock, you can enjoy a TASE service. You can enjoy this from home by clicking on the link found on our website. The theme for this service will be Carry the Light Within, and will be spiritually lifted together through prayer, chanting, meditation, and candlelight. TASE is a deeply spiritual experience which brings together people from all cultures and denominations. It is the sign of hope in a divided world, and it has brought new life to churches throughout the world. Prayer and silence are at the heart of this experience, which can bring peace and equanimity to the world. All right. Our center was founded on and is grounded in prayer, and this helps us deal with whatever comes our way and create a positive experience regardless of our situations. Our professional prayer practitioners are trained in the art and science of affirmative prayer and are so ready to pray for and with you. Just click on the link on our homepage and send us a request, and all of the practitioners will uplift you in prayer all week. If you'd rather to connect personally, let us know, and a practitioner can give you a phone call so that you can be an active part of their prayer for you. All right. Now, I invite you to settle in and allow Jim's reading and the centering music to take you to that sacred space within, and Jim will lead us in prayer.
This reading is adapted from the daily guides in this month's Science of Mind magazine. It's written by Reverend Dr. Sharon Hudson, field leader for Centers for Spiritual Living. It's called Connection. There is something compelling about feeling like you belong. There is a yearning to feel connected, to be part of something. Connection is vital to our well-being. Yet as we look out in the world or listen to the news, we see division, pain, and heartache. Back of all this is a sense of separation. The time has come for a healing shift. It must begin with each of us. It's easy to connect with others who share a similar worldview, culture, or social status. How comfortable am I with connecting with someone completely different? Once I participated in an exercise where we were asked to look around a huge hall full of hundreds of people and choose someone we would not usually connect with. We were each given 8 minutes to share our life story. It was truly amazing to see how much we had in common. And most of all, how connected I felt with this person. That sense of deep connection remains today, many years later. I learned that when we take the time to get to know someone, we change our perception. Interpersonal connections bring richness to life. People are hungry for this connection. Today is a good day to reach out to someone and make time to connect. Human to human, heart to heart, we feel a sense of oneness. Love is calling, and love is the highest purpose of life on earth. Reverend Sharon ends with an affirmation. I see myself as the presence of love. My life is enriched by the sense of connection I feel with all.
Blissful stillness, come to me. Blissful stillness, come. Hold me in your sweet, silent embrace. Blissful stillness, come to me. Blissful stillness, come. Hold me in your sweet, silent embrace. For there in the silence is peace, is joy, is vast, immense, immeasurable love. Immeasurable love. I call to my silent friend, my Lord, myself, my all. I call to that place within wherein lies the key to freedom. Blissful stillness, come to me. Blissful stillness, come. Hold me in your sweet, silent embrace.
Sitting in the silence of that peaceful embrace, I feel love. I feel comforted. recognizing that divine love, that one presence spinning around the top of my head and throughout this body of form, landing in that heart, that soul of stillness in my breast. This is the divine, life itself, perfect, whole, complete. I unify with this presence. I feel it moving through my breath, my blood, my spirit. In this space of unification, I know I am connected with each one here. All expressions of that one divine life, living, moving, breathing through me and each one on this planet. This is the creator of all that is, the givingness that moves in everything, all of life. Today we celebrate that. We are open and receptive to the words that we hear, and our heart, our soul resonates with the music. This beauty is life itself, and together we celebrate it, as together we say, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Jim. I wanted to make a quick announcement. I was just informed who our special guest speaker will be next week. It's Reverend Sidney Lehman Steen. So we'll look forward to that. I invite you to sing with us again. This is our community song for this month. It's a fun song. I'm a little biased, but it's a great song. It's called Dance.
He wrote it.
So let's dance together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna go with the moment. I'm gonna feel so free. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna lead my destiny. I'm gonna go with the moment. I'm gonna feel so free. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna lead my destiny. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna lead my destiny. I'm gonna go with the moment. I'm gonna feel so free. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna lead my destiny. I'm gonna go with the moment. I'm gonna feel so free. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna lead my destiny. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna lead my destiny. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna lead my destiny. Thank you to the dancers in the back.
That was quite a sight. It's my privilege to introduce our special music today. This dear friend of ours has been sharing her gifts with us and for us for many years now. And she continues to write, and I just love everything that she comes up with. Such a creative, musical, wonderful person. Let's welcome our own Leslie Monroe.
Thank you. I was in a training over a decade ago, one of many trainings. And the teacher made a statement, and she said, "There is nothing in this world that love cannot heal." And that was the statement for me. So this song is called "Love Can Heal Anything." 3, 4. Every day you're on your knees, praying for the wars to cease, while the inner battles wear and tear you up inside. There's a chip still on your shoulder, old resentments growing colder, till the day you choose to say, "I'm giving up this fight." Forgiveness will never be a hopeless cause if you lay down your past and make peace with what it was. Love can heal anything, anything. This weight of pain. Love can save a dream. And only one seed of faith remains. Whatever your broken heart may feel, love can heal. Love can heal. You are strong when times are tough. Seems like it is not enough when you see people hurt each other every passing day. Then you look into the sky, asking God the question why, begging for the moment you can make it go away. Know that heaven is with you. Can you see it in the stars? No matter how fresh or how old the battle starts. Love can heal anything, anything in this world of pain. Love can save a dream.
that was fantastic. Leslie, I love your music. I love the declarations that it makes. It makes me feel so powerful. Thank you very much. And thanks to our center band, always backing her up. That was some rocking music today. Ricardo, drums. All right. Well, once again, my name is Robert Eckman, and I am your speaker today as well. And yes, thank you. Thank you very much. And it's my pleasure to be here. It's sometimes it's not until I am preparing these talks that I realize how much of my life and my decision making is based on what I've learned through religious science and the science of mind. So this month, we've been encouraged to move from thinking the divine to feeling it, experiencing it, by way of the mystical experiences that really transcend any one path, religion or tradition. It is, you could say it is one mountain with many paths, one tree with many branches, one river, many wells. It is a very personal experience, I know that. One that is so personal that I think it's reasonable to believe that there are as many ways to God as there are people on this planet. Now, the science of mind offers two great practices to the world of philosophy and spirituality. They are visioning and spiritual mind treatment. Visioning, of course, involves going within, either alone or in a group, and listening to the highest outcome for any activity, organization, or project. Spiritual mind treatment, or affirmative prayer, is our 5-step prayer. The steps of spiritual mind treatment, briefly, are recognition. Step number 1, that there is one life, and that life is God. And you may call God by any other name that makes it clear and personal to you. Step 2 is unification, that we affirm that the same Spirit that God is, that we are. We are of God, divine emanations. Since God is all there is, there can be nothing outside of God, nothing separate from God, and so we realize it and declare our oneness as spiritual beings. Step 3 of your spiritual mind treatment is you want to realize the qualities and attributes of God, which you want to embrace within yourself, to call them forth in your own consciousness. Step 4 is thanksgiving, an attitude of gratitude, which is essential to establishing new intentions in our lives. And in giving thanks, we are declaring that it is already done. And finally, step 5, release, where we let go and let God, where we turn our affirmative declaration of truth entirely over to infinite love, spirit, and the allness that is God. And what I want to talk a little bit more about today is step number 2. Step number 2, unification. Now, I think when we pray, it really behooves us to consciously allow our heart and our mind to relax into what we're saying or what we're thinking as we concentrate on it. And I think that we assume that is so, but I really believe that there is opportunity for us to deepen our practice and through that becoming closer to our connection with Spirit. It takes time in prayer to shine our light or our spirit on the step, and I believe that it warms you from the inside. One of the several times that I've been fortunate enough to take the Foundations course, one of the messages that I've heard several times is to pray until you feel a burning, until you feel that sense of oneness, that grounding inside yourself. This is, I think, where it is very, very personal, because that is where the fire is. The fire of your soul and the fire of your spirit is inside. Using our words and thoughts to drill down, as we like to say, on our own personal connection to Spirit. Now, there are a couple of ways that I personally access my connection to Spirit when I pray, and I'd like to share these with you. One of them is to loosen my grip on what I call God. When I pray, I like to pray in a stream of consciousness kind of fashion, to say things spontaneously as I feel them, to develop and to feel and to flow with a dialogue between me and my God, to build some heat. And then as I say, it'll deepen, and it'll deepen, and you'll deepen into it. I like to use different names for God, the names that other people in religions use for God. Now, I know in my experience in the world, sometimes when I try to explain to people what it is I believe, what the philosophy of science of mind is, I find that in my attempt to explain God as everyone's God, oftentimes the people that I'm speaking to quickly go to their idea of God, and that, well, if mine is different, then it might not be right or safe or that's salvation, whatever that is. But that's not the point. The point is that, as I said at the beginning, I think there are as many ways to God as there are people. Everyone here has your own way to pray, those special things that you communicate to Spirit that are uniquely yours. I use other names for God, and it helps me sense the vast number of people, other seekers just like me, who are connecting to their God. As genuinely as I can, I remind myself of my personal connection to it, and remember that it goes by countless names. From Max Strom's book, A Life Worth Breathing, which is actually about Hatha Yoga, but I really appreciate how he starts his book with a small piece called The Unnameable. There are times when the term God is used. Please feel unconstrained by this term, which is actually a symbol and not a name at all, and feel free to translate it into whatever name you prefer. Jesus, Allah, Yahweh, the Divine Mother, Vishnu, your higher power, infinite mind, Spirit, Hashem, Emmanuel, Abba, Agape, the horned God, the force, the divine, Elohim, Father, Mother, Lord, Buddha, Light, Universe, Goddess, One, Holy Spirit, Creator, Alpha and Omega, and even perhaps the flying spaghetti monster. Yes, most good people I know wouldn't mind being called by a different or inaccurate name. And God, being all merciful and the Lord of love, is certainly vastly more merciful than any of us. So I suspect that the God of love wouldn't mind if we called him, her, it by a different name, even if it's potentially incorrect. So if God doesn't mind, then why should we? There are so many things that God would prefer us to do with our time and energy, such as love and care for each other, as instructed in the major religious texts. Friends, let's not quibble over what we name the unnameable. Instead, let's concentrate on how we pronounce him, her, it with our very lives. God is the essence of religious teachings and not in the details. For, as they say, the devil is in the details. It is the providence beyond names and words, beyond what our intellect can grasp, but what the heart knows immediately. People across the globe and across time have given this power various names, faces, and personalities, but we all know that the true experience of divinity is what we experience within. It is as if different people use different keys to unlock the same door. These keys, languages, and rituals open the mind and the heart to enable us to know reality beyond this world. For some, it is a distant feeling of knowing and faith, while for others, it's a blazing experience that they can touch and breathe. But just as there are hundreds of names for the one sun that warms this earth, I invite you to seek the sun within you and to do so without imposing a name. So our prayers taking the time to feel that burn of spirit within your heart, to make that connection. And I think it takes a little bit of patience. I remember when I was a teenager, I would pray. I would pray on my knees by my bedside. It became clear to me fairly intuitively and fairly quickly that I could claim a closer connection to what it was I was praying to if I just tried. If I took just a moment, and I was surprised at how quickly the transformation occurred, if I took just a moment and cleared my mind and just concentrated on the communication with that divine presence, and I pondered and would allow myself to relax and find myself in a headspace of communion with something greater than myself. But it took time. Every religion and spiritual path is in some way connected to the single river of life and spirit. Every person is connected to this river, and so everyone must be connected to every wellspring. Our connection to God is our connection to one another. We cannot practice love in isolation or in a vacuum. So we have to bring it home to where the proverbial rubber meets the road. In our actions and our behaviors, we need to take time to meditate. We need to take time to grow spiritually. You know, those 30 minutes you're spending doing something else, you could be spending on your spiritual growth. It just takes time, every time. The great metaphysical mystic, Judge Thomas Troward, wrote in his Edinburgh Lectures in the year 1909, "This is the great secret, and when we have once fathomed it, we can enjoy our possession of the whole, or any part of it, because by our recognition we have made it, and can increasingly make it our own." Troward also said, "He realizes, and thus he contemplates himself as seated at the center of infinitude, but not an infinitude of black space, but pulsating with living being, in all of which he knows that the true essence is nothing but good." And so as we practice, perhaps we evolve and we gain a renewed evolutionary vision. Perhaps we envision a world in which we live and grow as one global family that respects and honors the interconnectedness of all life. A world where this kinship with all life prospers and connects through the guidance of spiritual wisdom and experience. We see a world in which each and every person lives in alignment with his, her, or its highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with God and connection with each other, a world in which individually and collectively we are called to a higher state of consciousness and action. Now, the Centers for Spiritual Living declare 13 points of what we believe. Now, I'm not going to recite the entire credo to you, but I do want to point out that no less than 5 of these 13 points have to do with our oneness with the divine. We believe in the individualization of the spirit within us, and that all people are individualizations of one spirit. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all those who feel this indwelling presence. We believe in the universal spirit, which is God, that it operates through universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thoughts and acts upon it. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. And we believe in our own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny. For we understand that the life of all is God. So through our actions and activities, we can each individually demonstrate this growth. Spiritual practices, of course, may include spiritual mind treatment and visioning, meditation, service, teamwork, and forgiveness. We are locally focused and globally expressed. We engage in compassionate service and support within our organization, within communities, and the world. We strive to establish a culture of safety, authenticity, accountability, supporting each other in living our vision, shared values, and guiding principles. So all of this is focused on oneness that we are with Spirit and each other. It is the stuff of the second step of treatment, unification. So when you pray, stop in each step. Pause in each step. Personally, no one's watching. Pause in each step and take the time and say the things that help you go deeper. It's valuable time. It's a valuable exercise. Say these things over and over to yourself until you feel them. I think it's very important, and I think it's okay. Say it until you convince yourself in the moment, saying these affirmative things to yourself until you feel a shift, and I promise that you will. As Dr. Holmes wrote in The Science of Mind, in moments of deepest realization, the greatest mystics have sensed that one life flows through all, and that all are some part of that life. Now, another tool that I use for going deeper is journaling. I'm lucky to have been raised by historians who taught that journaling was a tool for record, reflection, and insight. And I filled several books with thoughts, and as a religious scientist, I have put a few treatments in my journals. So in preparation for this talk, I went to my old journals and found some of the treatments I've written, and I wrote down some of the highlights from step 2, the unification, in those treatments. So I'd like to read you some of these second steps that I've written. This is what I'd like to do. I'd like to say a phrase, one of my second steps of treatment, and then I'm going to pause. And what I'd like to propose is that you take my words as your own. Like little building blocks, feel the connection, your personal connection to Spirit. Allow my words to draw out your own words, your own personal words for God, to deepen your connection. All right. I am one with God. Spirit and I are one. I am made of God's stuff. From Ernest Holmes. Feelings must be in God and in the subjective mind because they are in man. God is in my darkest places. Nothing is separate. My unification with God brings me great joy. As God is all there is, I must be a part of God because God is all there is. I allow Spirit to pervade my experience today. I breathe in the happy knowledge that God is everywhere. This universal presence is everything. I feel God all around and in me. I am one with God, and my friend is one with God, and we are all one. It and I are one. God is all and through all. I am one with God because I know that Spirit is everywhere, and because I am Spirit, I must be one with it. And finally, I am in the circle of love, which includes and binds together in everlasting unity. say it, speak it, and feel it until you arrive at your connection with God. All right, in conclusion, through the practice of spiritual mind treatment and visioning, we enhance individual connection to God, and we allow ourselves to be guided toward a life of integrity, equanimity, compassion, and celebration. We collectively commit to catch the vision of God's idea as individual divine expressions and to the co-creation of the beloved community. We commit to participate in the awakening of all individuals to their spiritual magnificence and personal power, to create an individual life that works within a world that works for everyone. 2 last quotes. Ernest Holmes. Within this infinite mind, each individual exists. We are not separated from life, neither is it separated from us, but we are separate entities in it, individualized centers of God consciousness. And then finally, one more from my hero, Thomas Troward. Therefore, if we would penetrate below the outward nature of the individual to that innermost principle of his being, from which his individuality takes its rise, we can do so only by passing beyond the conception of individual existence into that of the unity of universal being. Let us pray. As we gather here today as a spiritual community, here together in one physical space and through the miracles of technology in countless spaces outside of this building, today we have a heightened sense of our unity with the One. We know that God, by whatever name, is all there is. Full, complete, perfect, around, through, of everything. And that includes us. That includes me and each of you. We are each individual emanations of spirit, unique and uniquely put here and poised to do whatever individual work we have to do. So as we celebrate this knowledge and this understanding, we claim it for ourselves, allowing the higher power to seep into our consciousness and to pervade our beings, to realize that as God is one, we are one with God, and we are one with all. There is no other. Everyone is God. From whatever walk of life, from whatever spiritual background, whatever they call God. We are so grateful for this knowledge. We are so grateful for our ability to go there, to be able to experience these things deep inside of ourselves. We're grateful for science of mind and for this philosophy that brings us from what might appear to be a cerebral place to a very, very personal spiritual place. And we are so grateful for it. And so, we know that it is so. We can imagine collectively our arms reaching out and wrapping around one another, gathering as one united whole in spirit in the world. As together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
Now is our time for conscious giving, which in our center is a spiritual practice, something we do consciously for our spiritual well-being. We recognize that blessings come to us as the divine flow of abundant good. With gratitude, we participate in that flow by sharing our good with our spiritual center. For those of you who are able to contribute, we appreciate your financial support during these uncertain times. You may continue to give via automatic withdrawal, text to give, or just donate through our website, spirituallyfree.org. I now invite you to bring your gift to your mind and heart, feeling the truth of your words as we speak together our giving affirmation. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Filled with gratitude, I let this be, and so it is.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. I've been set free, I'm released. I've been set free, I'm released. The burden of my past has gone away at last. I've been set free, I'm released. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me.
Now let's hear some more from Leslie Monroe.
Thank you. A year ago, January, I was in a class with Reverend Ali Benjamin, and we were creating affirmations. And this affirmation just continued, and I went and put it to some music and then just left it recorded on my phone, and I stumbled across it. And what I discovered as I finished it, that it was my inner child speaking. And I really loved how it connects with what has been said today. I am alive. I see with these eyes, feel with this heart, a grand existence. I am me, has nothing and all, the great and small is one uniquely. And when I fly, I fly. enough to fill the universe. I am free. I will fully trust my inner divine guidance, my heart. And when I I fly on the wings of love. When I fly on the wings of love. Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you. This band is so great. They'll take on anything they're given.
Leslie Monroe, awesome. Thank you for joining us today. Have a blessed week. We're going to sing together our closing song, Everybody. Get up and move around. We're standing on holy ground. We're living on holy ground. Loving on holy ground. 2, 3, 4.
Here we go.
Holy, holy, holy ground. We are standing on holy ground. Love and light and joy abound. We are standing on holy ground. Holy, holy, holy ground. We are standing on holy ground. Love and light and joy abound. We are standing on holy ground. Holy, holy, holy ground. We are standing on holy ground. Love and light and joy abound. We are standing on holy ground. Holy, holy, holy ground. We are standing on holy ground. Love and light and joy abound. We are standing on holy ground.